What if I told you there's a place in America where you can walk from the highest mountain to the lowest valley in a single afternoon's drive? Or that parts of the US look so much like Mars that NASA practices there? Today, I'm counting down 25 wild US geography facts that will change how you see the map forever. Ready? Let's jump in. Fact 25, the world's geyser capital lives in the US. Yes, places like Iceland and New Zealand are famous for hot springs, but the geyser heavyweight is the United States, thanks mostly to Yellowstone National Park. Yellowstone holds hundreds of active geysers, more than anywhere else on Earth, because it sits on top of a massive volcanic hotspot. Superheated water builds pressure underground and then blasts skyward through vents. Old Faithful gets the headlines. But Steamboat Geyser can shoot water higher than a 25-story building when it's in the mood. Fact 24, one country. Almost every climate, from Alaska's tundra to Hawaii's tropics, from Florida's humid coasts to Nevada's deserts, the US squeezes in almost every major climate type you can think of. That's because the country stretches across a giant range of latitudes and altitudes. On the same January day, someone can be skiing in Colorado while someone else is swimming in Honolulu. This huge climate variety shapes what grows where, how people build homes, and even what kinds of storms each region faces. Fact 23, the Mississippi once flowed backward. The Mississippi River looks calm, but its story is anything but. During the powerful New Madrid earthquakes of 1811 to 1812, parts of the river briefly flowed backward as the land shook and shifted. Over centuries, the Mississippi also moves side to side, cutting new channels and leaving behind oxbow lakes. People have tried to tame it with levees and engineering, but the river still reminds everyone that it's a living, changing force, one that helped build cities, farms, and the US economy. Fact 22, America's growing Serengeti on the prairie. In Montana, a project called American Prairie is stitching together public and private lands to rebuild a giant grassland ecosystem. Think open horizons, wind in the grass, and herds of bison, pronghorn, and elk moving like they did long ago. The vision is millions of connected acres bigger than some national parks combined, where wildlife can migrate, graze, and recover. It's not Africa, of course, but the idea is similar. Give nature room, and life comes back in surprising, beautiful ways. Fact 1, a triple junction of tectonic plates in California. California isn't just about beaches and movies, it's about plates, tectonic ones. Near Cape Mendocino, 3 plates meet: the Pacific Plate, the North American Plate, and the Juan de Fuca Plate. This Mendocino triple junction helps explain why Northern California has both earthquakes and a chain of volcanoes that continues into Oregon and Washington. Down south, the San Andreas Fault marks where the Pacific Plate slides past North America, nudging cities a tiny bit each year. Fact 20, America's deepest canyons aren't only in Arizona. Everyone knows the Grand Canyon, but Hell's Canyon on the Oregon-Idaho border is actually deeper at its maximum depth. Meanwhile, Kings Canyon in California contains some of North America's most dramatic canyon walls and plunging valleys carved by ice and water. Each canyon tells a different story, some carved mostly by rivers, others by glaciers, but all of them show how time, rock, and weather can chisel the earth into jaw-dropping shapes. Fact 19, the US plays, time zone tricks, and DST rebels exist. America spans multiple time zones, and some states bend the rules. Arizona, except the Navajo Nation, doesn't observe daylight saving time. So in summer, it lines up with Pacific time while still being in the Mountain Time Zone. Hawaii also skips DST. A few states, like Indiana in the past, had patchwork time observance that confused even locals. Geography plus politics creates a time map that's more complicated than you'd expect. Tanned road trips can feel like time travel. Fact 18, a living lava lake in Hawaii. On the Big Island of Hawaii, the Halema-Umayu crater atop Klauia has hosted a lava lake that appears, drains, and reappears with eruptive cycles. When active, it's like staring into the planet's furnace. The crust wrinkles, orange light flickers, and gas drifts into the sky. Scientists watch it closely to learn how magma moves and how eruptions start and stop. For visitors, it's a safe, controlled way to witness one of Earth's most powerful forces, new land being born. Fact 17. America's largest underground lake is hiding in Tennessee. Beneath Sweetwater, Tennessee, sits the Lost Sea, a huge underground lake tucked inside a cavern system. Boat tours glide over still, clear water while guides point out crystal formations and rooms carved by ancient streams. Caves like this form in limestone, which dissolves slowly over time as slightly acidic water seeps through. The result is a secret world of chambers, passages, and reflective waters, proof that some of America's most dramatic landscapes aren't on the surface at all. Fact 16. The Corn Belt changes the weather. The Corn Belt stretches across the Midwest in massive green blankets. Those billions of plants breathe out water vapor through a process called transpiration, which can raise humidity and even nudge local temperatures. From space in summer, the region shows up as a deep green patchwork. Farmers feel this microclimate every day. Afternoon storms pop up, clouds build, and fields cool a little compared to nearby plains. It's a reminder that living landscapes can shape the air above them. Fact 15. U.S. cities sit farther north than you think. Look at a globe, and you'll be surprised. Seattle is farther north than Toronto. Minneapolis sits north of Rome. Portland, Maine is close in latitude to parts of the French Riviera. Yet European cities often feel milder in winter thanks to the Gulf Stream, which brings warm ocean water toward Europe. In North America, no mountain range blocks Arctic air from sliding south, so cold snaps reach deep into the USA. Neat lesson in how oceans and mountains control the weather. Fact 14. California's tree triple crown. Tallest, oldest, biggest. No place on Earth matches California's tree trifecta. Along the coast, redwoods soar some over 350 feet tolkaching, fog-like giant nets. In the White Mountains, ancient bristlecone pines have lived for nearly 5,000 years, surviving where little else can. And in Sequoia National Park, the giant sequoias win by sheer bulk. The General Sherman tree is the largest by volume, a living skyscraper of wood. 1 state, 3 world records height, age, and size. Fact 13. America's population balance point keeps moving. If you balanced the U.S. on a pin and every person weighed the same, the center of population is where it would balance. In 1790, it was in Maryland. As the country grew west and south, that point slid about 900 miles, and today it sits in Missouri. It's a simple dot with a big story. People moving for land, jobs, climate, and opportunity. Follow the dot across 2 centuries, and you're basically watching America migrate in slow motion. Fact 12. The tallest mountain by a different measure isn't Everest. Measured from sea level, Mount Everest is king, but measured from base to summit, Mauna Kea in Hawaii wins. Most of Mauna Kea is underwater. From its seafloor base to its peak, it rises over 33,000 feet, beating Everest's base to summit height. The volcano is so massive that its weight pushes down the ocean crust beneath it. Up top, thin air and clear skies make Mauna Kea perfect for telescopes, where astronomers scan galaxies from a mountain born of fire. Fact 11. A natural whirlpool spins off New England. Tidal currents can do weird things. Near the US-Canada border by Eastport, Maine, the Old Sow Whirlpool forms when strong tides squeeze through narrow passages around islands and ledges. At peak flow, the water swirls, boils, and creates smaller piglets, tiny whirlpools, dancing around the big one. It's a wild reminder that the coast is alive with moving water. Fishermen and boaters learn these spots by heart, timing their trips to work with the currents, not against them. Fact 10. Underground rivers run through American caves in parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, and Florida. Water disappears into the ground and travels through cave systems carved in limestone, a landscape called karst. Rivers go dark, reappear as springs, and feed crystal-clear swimming holes. Florida is famous for its freshwater springs and long underwater caves that attract skilled divers. Karst landscapes are beautiful, but tricky. Pollution can spread quickly underground. So protecting these hidden rivers is key to keeping wells and springs clean. Fact 9. Hot springs bubble up across the country. The U.S. is dotted with hot springs, from Alaska to Wyoming to Arkansas. In Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas, steamy water once fed historic bathhouses where people came to soak and heal. Out west, some springs are bright blue pools edged with mineral lipstick. while others are rustic tubs you hike to under the stars. Hot springs form where groundwater circulates deep enough to heat up, then rises back to the surface. Its geology you can feel. Fact 8. A buried ocean split North America in two. During the Cretaceous period, a warm, shallow sea, the western interior sea wake, cut North America into two long islands. Where Kansas and Nebraska are today, mosasaurs and giant fish swam over muddy seafloors. As the sea drained and the land lifted, it left behind thick layers of sediment. Those layers help form the Great Plains and also store water in the Ogallala Aquifer, which supports farms across multiple states. Drive those flat highways, and you're rolling across an ancient seabed. Fact 7. America has the only tropical coral barrier reef in the continental U.S. The Florida Keys host the Florida Coral Reef, stretching roughly from the dry Tortugas toward Florida's southeast coast. It's the only living coral barrier reef in the continental U.S. and one of the largest in the world. Built by tiny coral polyps over thousands of years, the reef shelters colorful fish, sea turtles, and delicate sea fans. It also protects coastlines by breaking waves. Warmer seas and storms threaten it, but restoration teams are planting baby corals to help it recover. Fact 6. Los Angeles is slowly sliding towards San Francisco. Along the San Andreas Fault, the Pacific Plate moves northwest past the North American Plate by a couple of inches each year, the speed your fingernails grow. That slow creep means Los Angeles is inching towards San Francisco over geologic time. You won't notice it day to day, but survey markers and GPS stations do. The same motion causes earthquakes as rocks stick and slip. It's a quiet reminder that the ground beneath, California, is always on the move. Fact 5. America's Stonehenge is a mystery in New Hampshire. In Salem, New Hampshire. A maze of stone walls and chambers, nicknamed America's Stonehenge, lines up with the solstices and equinoxes. Some think it's thousands of years old. Others say it's much more recent, built by early settlers or landowners. Either way, the site shows how people across cultures love marking the sun's path. Walk the grounds at sunset, and you'll feel its stone shadow and sky working together like a giant calendar you can stand inside. Fact 4. The Bridgewater Triangle is full of strange stories. Down in southeastern Massachusetts, legends swirl around the Bridgewater Triangle odd lights, strange creatures, and unexplained happenings. At its heart is Hockomock Swamp, which local Native American tribes saw as spiritually powerful. Scientists point to natural causes for some of the weirdness, like gases from wetlands and tricks of light on mist, but the stories keep coming. Whether you believe the folklore or not, the region's bogs, forests, and rock outcrops give it a mood you won't forget. Fact 3. Highest and lowest points only 85 miles apart. In California's Inyo County. You can watch the sunrise on Mount Whitney 14,505 feet and be at Badwater Basin in Death Valley, 282 feet below sea level before lunch. That's the highest and lowest points in the continental U.S., only about 85 miles apart. The Sierra Nevada lifts the land skyward, while nearby basins drop as the crust stretches and thins. The result is extremes stacked side by side, snow-dusted peaks towering over salt flats and burning heat. America loves a plot twist. Fact 2. NASA rehearses for Mars on U.S. deserts. Parts of the Mojave Desert and Death Valley look so alien that NASA teams test rovers, suits, and instruments there. Harsh heat, big daily temperature swings, and rocky, dusty ground make a great stand-in for Mars. Volcanic craters and dry lake beds help scientists practice driving, sampling, and problem-solving before anything launches. It's cheaper to break a wheel in California than on another planet. When you see those red rock photos, remember, some were rehearsed right here. Fact 1. The United States is literally still growing. America's map isn't frozen. In Hawaii, lava hardens into new land along black shorelines. Along the Mississippi and the Gulf Coast, rivers drop sediment that builds deltas and barrier islands. Up north, parts of Alaska and the upper Midwest are rising a little each year as the crust rebounds from long gone. Ice sheets an effect called isostatic rebound. Erosion takes land away in some places, but in others, the country adds acres. The map you learned in school is still changing. From lava lakes and buried seas to moving cities and mystery stoneworks. The US is a giant science lab hiding in plain sight. If this blew your mind, hit like, subscribe, and tell me which fact surprised you most and which state I should deep dive next.